Hello, my name is Thomas, and when I was a brand new pastor, way back in 2005, my daughter died. She had been born early, and she struggled for 3 months, 66 days. And finally, after so many setbacks and so many disappointing days, we came to visit her during our normal time that we would show up in the morning and then we would stay all day. And we got there and there was these temporary walls around her little bed. And the doctor just came right out and he said, "There's nothing we can do. We've tried everything." Of course, I hated him. I was very disappointed, but I appreciate now how truthful he was to me. And he said, "We need to set the date where we will pull life support." And I remember driving home with my wife, and we were both crying and holding on to each other's hand. And I remember we were stopped at a stoplight, and there was these people in line to get into Chili's, man. And I was so angry, like, don't you guys know that my daughter just died? How could you want to eat, But I felt like I still had to be strong for all the other kids, and I still had to be Pastor Thomas, and do all the silly things that I did and just be outlandish all the time. And one day, this pastor friend and I were driving somewhere to pick up something, and he looked over at me and he said, "Thomas, are you angry at God?" And I said, "No, man, not me." And he said, "Tell me the truth." And I said, "I am. I feel like he let me down. I feel like he struck me with a sword. I don't feel like I deserved it. I see all these people abusing their kids and not wanting them and not loving them. And why didn't he take them? Why did he take mine? She was my baby. I was going to walk her down the aisle. I was going to have tea with her and play dolls." And he said, "It's okay to be angry with God. It's okay. He's a big God. But I've been hiding it all this time. I've been hiding my anger from everybody." And he reached over and he held my hand, and this is this big 6-foot-something guy used to play football for Oklahoma. And he said, "Let's start healing. Let's start talking about this and let's start healing." And I started to realize that she belonged to him, and he had mapped out her future. And it was only going to be 66 days here on earth, but it was going to be eternity with him. And I started to realize that I have to continue my work. I have to keep doing what I felt like I was put on earth to do, and that is to minister to the kids that were here on earth, who were still living out their lives. And so now I'm not angry anymore. It still chokes me up from time to time, but I got over it. And then my prayer I started to pray again, which I hadn't done since she had died. I started praying for other people, which I hadn't been able to do. And I started really enjoying a fellowship with God. And it wasn't this, "God, you took my girl." It was, "God, I know you love her more than me, and I know you love me." And I started to heal, and I'm still healing. Thank you.